Me and the Lord, we got an understanding.
We're on a mission from God.
And we're back. Oh, and what I mean by that is we're back, folks, because the announcement just came out just a few hours ago, 3 hours ago, maybe more than that by the time I upload this thing, that Tim Kuniskis is back. Tim Kuniskis is back as the leader of America. Let's go ahead and check this out. First, I was scrolling news articles like I do every morning, scrolling social media, and this article popped up in front of me, and it was just a normal, typical pablum that we get from Stellantis usually is what I thought it was, and it says, our path forward is clear. Launch the right products, those that our customers truly want and reflect the authentic DNA of our iconic brands, meaning not electric Dodge Chargers that break all the time and freaking Hornets. Like, let's not do that anymore. So that's what they were saying. And I started to go to the comment section like I normally do to put the LOL or the laughing emoji or whatever, because they just say things and then it doesn't happen. And then I read further, and then I immediately clicked the link. That's why Tim Kuniskis has been appointed the head of brands and North America marketing retail strategy. Clicked on the press release, and here we are. Tim Kuniskis appointed to lead Stellantis American brands and North America marketing and retail strategy. Company revives iconic SRT performance division. This is phenomenal news. He will still report to Antonio Filosa, the CEO of Stellantis, who is also the chief operating officer, which I think is good. Some people were saying, well, why doesn't he hire for that position? Is it a money thing? No, because right now, having disruption in a chief operating officer position and a ramp-up time would not help them progress in the time that they need, in my opinion. So leaving him in that and making sure that everything goes through and he doesn't have one more person to get on board with their initiatives was smart. So that makes him over North America and American brands. In this newly created role, Kuniskis will work across the brand portfolio to further build and enhance the connections customers have with the company's products, marketing efforts, and dealer networks in the region. That's an important statement there, because for the last, 5 years or so, dealer relationships with Stellantis have been strained, to say the least, in North America. In the U.S. in particular, it's been horrendous, almost to the point that it's a miracle they didn't lose all their dealers. I know TK said many, many times, like, they're losing dealers, they're going to keep losing dealers. And that relationship broke down. Now, it broke down for reasons not related to the reasons why we hate the dealers. It broke down for many other reasons, all mainly tied to product and cost cutting, communication, and servicing those dealers, from what I read in articles over the last few years. But now they've got to fix that. And what better guy than Kuniskis? What better two guys than Kuniskis and Filosa, who already have phenomenal relationships with their dealers and know how to ride the line between the dealers and the customers and the gigantic Stellantis corporation. They know how to do that, those politics. And those politics are hard, because sometimes you got to take up for your dealer, but sometimes you got to go get tough with that dealer because they're not doing right by their customers, as we saw with the Soldier's car last year. So in this case, you've got two of the best guys that can work with those dealers. So what I would say, Tim, if you're watching this video, as part of your initiative, let's call it, use corporate lingo, your two-pronged approach. One, fix the company when it comes to products. Two, get these dealers to start playing properly with the customers. Let's bring customer service back. Let's get these dealers to stop trying to gouge us. Because if you're going to bring back SRT and a bunch of really cool products, you got to know the dealers are likely to screw it up completely for you, meaning they will withhold product in the back lots. They will do everything they can to mark it up and completely screw us over. And what's going to happen is banks aren't going to play along, interest rates aren't playing along, and cars just simply will not sell. And then something that should have sold will not sell, creating a situation where you guys have to throw massive incentives on them, and then the dealers will take those credits back in the form of selling it for MSRP, but then being able to get a lower price with you guys. So the cheating happens all the time, and with their margins being thin, it's, according to the dealers, it's pushed them to, quote, have to do the horrible medieval torture to us with add-ons and markups. So please address that with them. Figure out how to maybe widen the margin a little bit, reward them for not doing more. Do something. Come up with something while you're fixing the dealer network so that when these great new products, hopefully, that you're going to push out under SRT, that we don't get screwed. So that's enough off my soapbox when it comes to that. Tim will continue to be the CEO of Ram, which I think is good because Ram has momentum right now. Ram is heading in the right direction right now. To try to parachute somebody in there would not make sense. Do I think that ultimately he could hand that off to somebody? I would suspect that that will likely happen, especially as he gets traction growing this thing. They talk more about connecting with our customers. Well, finally they're listening, and for those of you that had given me and TK and Butter and a lot of folks on YouTube heat for just constantly banging on their heads, if we didn't constantly bang on their heads, then frankly, they wouldn't listen. They would, and I'm not saying we were the reason why they made this U-turn and are fixing everything, but all of you who watch our channels, which is millions of people between the three of us and the other 20, 30, 40 YouTubers out there, it's millions of people, and it definitely has mattered. So thank you all for watching, and thank you all for sharing your feelings out there and being vocal about it. So that's great. They're going to fix that. Let's see here. Stellantis also announces the return of its iconic performance division, street and racing technology, SRT, under the leadership of Kuniskis. The move marks a bold step in unifying high-performance engineering across Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram under a single dedicated entity, consolidating the best performance, experience, engineering, talent from across the four brands. The SRT division will deliver vehicles that will push the boundaries of power, aerodynamics, handling, and technology on both street and track, ensuring enthusiasts get the power, horsepower, precision, and passion they expect. I love this because I'm a huge fan of the Blues Brothers. We're getting the band back together, said Kuniskis.
We're putting the band back together.
SRT is another box we needed to check as we head into product launch cadence, enabling more performance than we've ever seen before. We're working with our product development and technology organization to select the best engineers in powertrain and vehicle dynamics to build a team worthy of the SRT name. Hopefully bring back some of the iconic engineers they've had before, and it sounds like they're going to pull from all the other brands. And bottom line is, I can tell you right now, this is my opinion, but there is no way SRT would make a return this big if Tim Kuniskis didn't come back. I promise you that dude just skated right into the first meeting, and when they said, what do we need to do? We need to bring back product that our customers want. This is an enthusiast brand. It's also not a luxury brand, and we need SRT, period. And that is why this is coming back. Just my opinion, but I don't think anybody else could have pushed hard enough to bring this to fruition. So the newly established SRT Performance Division will also oversee direct connection and North American motorsports initiatives under Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, including participation in the NHRA's Ram's recently announced plans to return to NASCAR Truck Series in 2026. So what do you all think about this? I think this is phenomenal news. I think that it's been a long time coming. I think that we've talked about this on my channel. TK's talked about it. Butter's talked about it. We've all talked about it. Every time there's something going to be announced, we hear something's going to be announced, we think it's going to be Tim. It's going to be Tim. When they were going to announce the CEO, we thought maybe it's going to be Tim. And when the July 18th warranty announcement came out, we knew something was coming. We were all speculating and hoping it was going to be Tim over North America. Now, in this case, they kind of threw a curveball at us because it's not Filosa's position. Filosa, who now also announced that he's going to be working out of the Auburn CTC Center and right out there in Michigan in the USA, that now Tim Kuniskis is going to oversee all of the United States, North America, the American products, which is what we asked for, what we wanted, what we needed. And between Filosa, who's already got a great track record of doing great work in North America and, frankly, working with the dealers, and you've got Kuniskis, who's done great work. And regardless of some of you who want to condemn him for past going along with the program behavior, I would say let him off the hook. When you get hired with the company, kind of like when I was in the military, If they tell you to take the hill, it's not your job to question whether you should take the hill or not. It's your job to take that freaking hill or die trying. And Tim, for a very long time, tried to push through with Tavares' insanity, but still in the background was vocal that the things he was doing were not exactly the things he would like to have seen done, but he played the company line that they had to be done for all the political reasons and cafe standards, etc. But in the end, he stepped down and he gave up his job and went with the program with the I retired thing, only to come back, which is blasphemous, I understand, to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways because so many people have referred to him as Mopar Jesus. And I'm telling you, not only did this dude come back from the dead, but he's walking on water now. So with that, everybody, let me know your thoughts on Tim being back in charge of not only United States, not only America, North America, and SRT coming back. And what do you think's coming back? I think we've got some great times ahead. I'm going to be not just cautiously optimistic. I'm going to be optimistic because I believe leadership matters. And I do believe, and you can give me crap about this, but Tim is the man. Tim is the guy that got me to love these cars. There was no other brand. Once I saw his videos on YouTube and online and in ads, I was like, I got to have one of those cars. And then I made it a point to go get one. And then now I think I'm on my 8th one. So they need somebody like that. He's the closest thing to the spirit of an Iacocca. So let's stand behind him. Let's cheer him on in making the American Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Rams great again. With that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Car's got a lot of pickup.